We are waiting in line, waiting in line, waiting in line to see Iron Man. Waiting in line, waiting in line, waiting in line to see Iron Man 3.
Hey guys, Sean C. Phillips here. Just got out of seeing Iron Man 3. Let me tell you, I have spent 20 minutes trying to walk around, trying to find somewhere where everybody isn't. I'm right now in like an area behind the dumpsters. I couldn't find anywhere to go, and I like to do it, you know, right outside, but even right here, people are traipsing around everywhere. You know, and it's funny, like the 9 o'clock show, which I got out of, wasn't that busy, but everybody seems to be going to the midnight one. I guess people like to see it more at midnight. I like to see it at 9, you know, earlier. It's a lot less busy. But I'm going to say, though, you know, the second Iron Man film, I know a lot of people, too, didn't love it. I didn't absolutely love the second film, and it made me kind of not as excited to see this one. But it was way better. I actually... To me, I kind of liked it a little bit better than the first one. You know, Jon Favreau didn't direct this one. He's still in the film. You know, he was, you know, Tony Stark's bodyguard, and now he works at Tony Stark's company in this one. But this one is about a, you know, a villain played by Ben Kingsley's character. And I thought Ben Kingsley did a really good job as this weird, like, you wouldn't like me pissed if you eat my cereal. I don't know, this weird voice he was doing in this character, and I don't know, I thought he was a great character. You know, Pearce was in the film. As, you know, in the beginning of the film you see what he did, and he was a scientist that pitched an idea to Tony Stark, and Tony Stark blew him off in 1999, and, you know, you see the repercussions of, and, you know, that idea come into fruition later in the film. But, you know, basically the movie, though, is Jon Favreau's character ends up getting, you know, injured by, you know, what Ben Kingsley's character is doing with this terrorist group, and Tony Stark's character, you know, basically gives his address and calls out Ben Kingsley's character. I can't keep forgetting what the name exactly is, how you say it, but by saying that, you know, what ends up happening, and, you know, Tony Stark trying to track him down and bring down this group. I don't know, I just thought it was really well done. Like I said, I really thought, you know, for 3D too, the 3D really was really pretty good 3D. It wasn't like one of those ones that was kind of like a post-conversion feel, where it's kind of like it just sort of felt like they added it just to add it. It actually had like some really cool effects, like with the snow, and I really like some of the stuff, you know, because this one, you know, didn't have, you know, him as Iron Man as much as some of the other ones. It had a lot more character development and a lot more just sort of things happening, you know, which I really thought, you know, was pretty well done. Overall, though, like I said, I really found myself liking this one a lot, and I was definitely, you know, for people, if you didn't like the second film, I think you would definitely like this one a lot. You know, I have not seen the Avengers. Everyone's always telling me that I need to see it. I definitely need to check that one out now, especially after this, because the movie does make a couple references to it. But overall, though, I would definitely say out of 5 stars, at least 4 stars, near pretty much perfect. I mean, I didn't see anything about it that I disliked. It really wasn't boring. You know, some of these movies where they have scenes like that go on, you know, can have kind of like the action scenes that go on a little bit too long. I don't know, I thought everything in this was very fulfilling. Everything worked pretty good, and, you know, I always have been a fan of Robert Downey Jr. I thought he was very good in this one. Look, see, here I am in the dumpster area. But anyway, though, this is a little quick review. I don't know tons and tons about, you know, superheroes and comic books, so I kind of know what I know. You know, so I can't go into full detail like some people probably can if they, you know all those things. But, you know, out of, like, favorite comic book characters, Batman is always my favorite. But this, you know, I really, really like the Iron Man character. Definitely would recommend checking this out, and way better than the second one. Very well done, and I'll see you guys later.